Hello and welcome to the garden. Well, just a short video today, and for once I actually do mean that. I'm in the fruit cage and I thought what I'd do is show you some rather freaky strawberries. So a few of these have a disorder that is, I think it's pretty uncommon. So there's a good chance that you may never have seen this and may never see it. So I thought it might be interesting just to show you what's happened here. It's only happening with one variety. It's not happening with all the fruit on each plant, but it is happening with quite a few of them. And yeah, these are really rather weird. So we've been getting a great crop off of one of these varieties and another one has gone mad. Let me show you a few fruits. So here is one of the freaky berries, and at a glance it looks okay, but when you look more closely it is covered with tiny leaves on the outside of the fruit. And this is not normal behavior, but there are lots of them like that. And these will grow, they'll get bigger. Now the fruit itself would be fine, but nobody wants a mouthful of leaf, so that's basically scrap. You can see this one is malformed, and maybe that was some frost damage. We did have a surprisingly cold night when these had already been moved out here from the greenhouse where we overwintered them, and well, it's either that or it's really bad pollination, but it doesn't look quite right for bad pollination. That will produce misshapen fruit, but this looks really awful, and that has definitely got a touch of that freakiness about it. Here's another, got a good crop of leaves coming off that fruit, and this one here with its misshapen end, well, that's even further along. You can see these are really grown away now. So that's really not normal behavior, and I think this goes by a couple of names, and if I can remember rightly, it's vivipary and phyllody, something like that. I forget exactly the scientific terms, but essentially those seeds are starting to produce leaves. Now, one might imagine that those seeds have prematurely germinated and they would grow away and root and you could take plants from them. But apparently, and I didn't know this, but I had to read about it, apparently they won't produce roots, so they are going to grow leaves, but that's it. And there are all sorts of possible causes for this. There's at least one variety that has some genetic susceptibility to this, and that's not what I'm supposed to have here, but given the scallywags that I bought these plants from, I wouldn't say with any confidence what this variety actually is, so who knows, maybe it is that one. But other causes that can be environmental issue, stress on the plants of some sort, some cold weather, and all sorts of odd causes for this behavior. The berries that aren't affected are perfectly fine. They taste nice, nothing wrong with them whatsoever. I've been wondering what to do with the plants, because without knowing exactly what the cause was for this, it's hard to say exactly what I should do with these. But I was thinking these plants need to be replaced at the end of this season anyway, and I think I will just scrap this lot. I'll be keeping runners off of some of the other plants. They're doing very nicely, and I've marked the best plants out of that bunch to keep the runners from. There are a couple of them out of, I think, 10 or 12, I think it's 12. There are a couple of them which the fruit isn't quite as well developed, and the plants are a little bit weak, so I'm not going to save runners from those, but I've marked all the best ones and I will keep some runners from those. But these, I think I will just scrap. Now most of the fruit is coming out okay, so it's not a big deal, but I don't think I've ever seen that before, so I thought I'd just share that with you. It is some really odd behavior, and one does not normally expect to see leaves growing out of one strawberries. The strawberry is a funny old fruit anyway. Well, it's not really a fruit, of course. The bit we call a fruit is just the swollen part of the stem there, and the naked seeds are all stuck on the outside. Technically, they're not even seeds, so all a little bit strange, that one, but that behaviour is, I thought, quite interesting. But that is all for this video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and bye for now.